Hey guys, I'm Elliot. This is Everything Elliot, and that behind me is an auction purchase rockhound made in China. Stop buying these. Stop buying stuff like this at auction. I know it's cheap and it's tempting, but they just end up in my shop like this one has. This thing's been here for the past, I don't know, 2-3 days I've been working on it. And I think today we're about to button it up. Honestly, I probably should have started this video 3 days ago, but I didn't think to do it because, hey, why bother you guys? Realistically, the only thing I've done is tighten every nut and bolt on the entire thing, and the fingers that are underneath that kind of scoop up the rocks, I welded every single one. It was very tedious. But we're done with that, and we're on to the fun stuff today. So this thing quite literally rattled itself apart. This bearing came off. I had to get new bolts in there. You could see nice shiny new bolts. Had to put that back on. It wore a oblong hole in there, and you can see we lost the tensioner. The tensioner is gone. So today, we're gonna try to make a new one out of everything right there in that bag and that little poly wheel. Poly wheel and a bag of hardware. Hopefully, oh, that's a lie. We need this as well. Hopefully that's everything we need to make a tensioner. So before we get started, I wanted to give you an idea of what I'm thinking for this tensioner. So we're gonna take this piece of square stock. It's gonna be cut off basically right here. This cat will not leave me alone, Theodore. Leave me alone. I'm trying to work. Go away. Go away. Sorry, before we were interrupted. Cut the square stock here, drill a hole through it. There's gonna be a nut welded to the bottom of it. Through that, we'll run this bolt. Off of this bolt, we'll run this bolt coming out like this kind of thing. This is tough to do on camera because so like that. And then the bolt will throw this wheel. Wheel will ride on the chain, thus providing tension as you screw and unscrew, thread and unthread this top bolt. It'll make more sense when I put it all together. Step number 1 is going to be cutting this right now. So let's go get this thing cut to size. So with this now cut to size, we can go drill a hole in it. All right, so now that we've got a hole in it, we can start the fun stuff. So now we need to weld a bolt to the bottom of this. All right, so this nut's gonna go all the way to the bottom, and we're actually going to thread it on there to get a nice tight fit. That way, we know it's exactly in line. All right, we're gonna get the E-sab out and weld that nut on there. Now zinc has some nasty properties to it, so make sure you don't breathe this stuff in or grind it all off. All right, well now that this is probably about, I don't know, 1200 degrees, we're not gonna be able to touch it for a while. So we'll just leave this cool for a little bit. The other thing we need to do is weld this bolt to this bushing, because essentially, you've got this square up here that we just welded, it's gonna be up here. And then as this twists through that bolt, this needs to be able to free spin. So we're gonna weld it onto this bushing here. And obviously we need to hold it in place. So I got some nylocks. We're gonna put it on with nylocks, and hopefully that does the trick. So while we're making things hot, might as well make this hot, right? This might honestly be all the welding I need to do until we go to mount that square piece on to the actual unit. But now that we made everything super duper hot, we're gonna let it cool. All right, so let's do some assembly. It's still screaming hot, but we could start putting some of it together because I am wildly impatient. We put this bolt in here, and we're going to use a lock nut on top of that, so that's what that is. So then this needs to go on. Wow, that is screaming hot. Don't forget about that, Elliot. Put this on there. To put this on there. It's not enough. I need a little more. I wanted to run a washer in between, but I guess that's not completely necessary. It'd be nice, but it wouldn't be necessary. All right, update with the test fit. Washer doesn't fit in the hole. Washer's a no-go. We're not doing washers. We don't need one. Not where we're going. It was a good idea, but it's not happening. Almost the full assembly, ready to rock and roll. I know it probably looks like nothing right now, but check this out. Washer, wheel, washer, nut. All right, there is our entire tensioning assembly, if that makes sense to you. Let's see if it fits. All right, so moment of truth. It doesn't, because of that stinking nut. All right, so we need to get the grinder out. We need to cut this nut down a little bit. But the rest of it looks pretty darn good to me. All right, update for you. I just did a test fit and it fits in the slot now, but the problem I have is it's preloaded with too much tension. And that's because I don't have enough throw on this bolt. I didn't get a long enough bolt, I guess. But easy fix to that, we're gonna sneak some more out of it by using regular nuts, I guess. So one way we're gonna solve this problem is we're actually going to weld this nut and this nut where they need to be, essentially. And I'm gonna gain even more throw just by putting this nut just on the tip there. So let's get this tacked in here. I'm super confident that is not coming off of there. So I just test fit it. It still does not fit. It does not go far enough away. So we're gonna pivot, change the plan a little bit, move on, because if you can't tell, I'm exhausted. It's 11 o'clock. I worked from 2:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. today, and I'm out in the shop today. Today's actually Mother's Day, so I worked 2:30 to 7, came home, spent some time with my wife, watched a movie for 2 hours, then came out in the shop. I'm exhausted, so I want to get this done. And it needs to get done today, so that's why I'm still out here. Pretty simple change to the plan, though. That is still screaming hot. Hold on, let me get a glove on. All right, change of plan is as follows, if I can get it in there one-handed. Hold on. So the original plan was to sit it down in there all the way so it was flush, kind of like that. We are now going to just sit it up there. That'll do. That'll give us plenty of room and whatever. It'll work. So I'm gonna grab the grinder, clean everything up that's over here, and we're gonna get this thing stuck together. I'm losing ambition real quick here. We better get this done. We better get it done lickety split. gonna work. Let's get this wheel on here. Huh? Yeah. Let's do that. Can't even hear me. I said that's gonna work. Let's get this wheel on here and get it assembled. There's a little wobble to it, but hey, that's part of the fun, right? So let's put a little tension on that chain. Am I going the right way? I don't know, like, how tight I should make this. I feel like that's good. Let's put the lock nut down. Now that's locked into place. Now the cool thing about this is you can see my tractor is actually hooked up to it. Now my tractor doesn't really run it well. It will run it well enough for us to test this tensioner here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Well, we're gonna call that one a win. You guys can see the tensioner, the wheel is moving, and if I put my finger in there, it would definitely crush it. So, overall win. I'm very happy with that. It does appear to be running a little off camber, but you know, that wheel's got a lot of wobble to it. Hold on. I don't know if that's going to pick it up on camera, but that wheel is actually going like this. That's got nothing to do with the way I built any of this stuff. Well guys, that's going to be it for this one. That was just a quick little video. I thought it was something interesting. I don't know, building a chain tensioner out of nuts and bolts. Kind of like something cool. I don't know. Cool for me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, I don't know, check out one of my other videos. But if you did, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Until the next video, hope you guys have a great day, and be safe out there, all right?